Alrighty guys, we just got done watching The Invisible Man, starring Kate Moss. As of now, people, The Invisible Man is a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Rotten Tomatoes, and of course, there's no audience score, so I don't know where that's at. And I've not looked at anybody else's reviews, but I will say this. It's a very good movie. The trailers were great. I like the trailers. I like how they've reinvented this movie, updated it with just a good concept. Just a good concept. It really is. So, it says, smart, well-acted, and above all scary, The Invisible Man proves that sometimes the classic source material for a fresh reboot can be hidden in plain sight. And that's what we get with this movie here, people. We get ourselves a nice, fresh reboot. Kate Moss carries the movie. Well-acted, of course. Scary, actually scary and suspenseful. I love the movie. I mean, I'm very surprised. Has a nice little twist ending. Kind of makes you wonder if Kate Moss was right or if Adrian was right. It's got, you know, I'm going to go with Kate Moss. I believe, I'm not going to give it away, but I believe what she said at the end was true. I believe that Adrian was let's just say Adrian was the mastermind the whole time. Let's put it to you like that. But what the movie consists of, people, pretty much, you've got Kate Moss, who's married to Adrian, who's smart, wealthy. He has it all. You know, he can have any woman in the world, but he wants Kate Moss, whatever. We'll call her his wife, whatever. I forgot what her name is in the movie, but he wants her above all else because she doesn't really need him. So that makes him want her, pretty much, if that makes sense. It's kind of the consensus of it. And he's very abusive towards her, physically, verbally, controls everything she does. So she decides she's going to sneak out one night. Her sister comes there and picks her up and takes her pretty much into hiding where he can't find her because she's afraid that he finds me, he's going to kill me, he's going to abuse me. And Adrian has power, he's wealthy, so she's scared of him. You know, anybody with millions of dollars at their disposal, you'd be scared of them too. He can pretty much do whatever he wants when he wants. And he has this invisible suit he made, pretty much. And it takes like 2 weeks later, she's like staying at a friend's house who's a cop. And 2 weeks later, she finds out that Adrian committed suicide. Right? So, she goes to a lawyer, which is Adrian's brother. And the lawyer says, well, Adrian left you $5 million. And she's happy. She's relieved. Even Adrian's brother says, I didn't like him. I'm relieved he's gone. He was a bad person. Even he agrees with that. So she gets the money. I think it's $100,000 a month she'll be receiving for like 4 or 5 years or whatever. I guess it would be about 4 years. Yeah, 12 months in the year. So 4 years, $100,000 a month, whatever. It's kind of a side note to the movie because what I found out about that is as she was trying to move on with her life, of course, Adrian had this suit on, and he would do like little things like he turned the oven up and caught it on fire. She went outside one night, thought she heard something, and you could see his breath breathing right beside her and stuff like that. But I'm trying to figure out why would she go get a job when she was getting $100,000 a month for 4 years? Why would she go back into being I guess she liked being an architect and she was wanting to move on with her life. Or wanted to move on with her life or whatever. But, you know, $100,000 a month for 5 years or 4 years. To me, that kind of didn't make no sense in the movie. You know, I don't understand that. But I guess she was trying to move on with her life. So she went to get a job and she found her samples to show the guy where she was trying to get the job. They were gone. And didn't get the job. Later on, of course, she found out Adrian hid those from her. And there's just all kinds of little things in the movie. Like she tried to move a sheet in the floor and she couldn't move it where Adrian was standing on. Now, Adrian was, of course, invisible this whole time. He made like this invisible suit he would wear. And eventually, you know, he just continues to stalk her. Nobody believes her because who's going to believe that there's an invisible person there trying to, you know, get her? Who's going to believe that? If I like saying there's an invisible person right here and he's trying to kill me, who's going to believe that? Nobody. So I think she's crazy, of course. And what really messes her up is she's being stalked she runs away from the cop guy that she's living with, her daughter and him. The girl gets slapped, and she hollers for her dad, and she blames her because she was the only one in the vicinity of the, like, me and you talking, and all of a sudden she gets slapped, knocked down. And of course it was Adrian that did that. So he tells her, you best leave or whatever. So she goes see her sister, and it turns out that Adrian somehow got a hold of her laptop, sent a bad letter to her sister telling her, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. You're worthless. I wish you was dead and all this stuff. Adrian sent that email. And, of course, sister believes that Adrian's dead. He can't do that. He's got his ashes here. And, of course, she's telling that Adrian's invisible. He's doing something. And nobody's going to believe that, so they think she's crazy. So, as we continue, she finally, meets up with her sister at a restaurant. She said, I really need to talk to you. It's really bad. And Adrian, of course, is at the restaurant, but nobody can see him. So he grabs a knife, cuts her throat, and then she gets sent to a psychiatric place because everybody believes she killed her sister. Because he puts the knife in her hand after her throat is slit. So I don't want to give away a lot of the ending here, people, but I will say this. She goes to the psychiatric place. I guess I could tell it. Spoilers are coming. I'll just go ahead and explain the whole movie. If you don't want to watch it, just don't quit watching here. But she's sent to the psychiatric place. And Adrian is there watching her the whole time. And she's telling these people, he's here. But nobody believes her because she just killed her sister. She's talking crazy. I see this invisible person here. And it goes on. And eventually, she steals a pen from the lawyer comes to her and offers her a deal, which is Adrian's brother. He says that, sign this paper, Adrian will make all these charges go away. She finds out she's pregnant with Adrian's baby, is what happens. And he's like, sign these papers, go back living with Adrian, all this stuff will go away. All of it's going to go away. You can just go back to living the miserable life you lived before, but at least you won't be in jail or a mental hospital. That makes sense. She throws the papers away and said no. She grabs a pen out from his suitcase. When she throws all of his papers in the floor, she grabs that pen and hides it. And she goes to her room at night, and of course Adrian's in that room. She's taking a shower, and she threatens to kill herself if she gets the pen to cut her wrist. And Adrian grabs her and stops her, and she's like, got you. She grabs that pen and she starts stabbing Adrian, and it starts making his suit malfunction. You can see him here and there. So she gets out the door. The guard hears all that commotion there, and he says, sit down on the bed. What are you doing? And Adrian takes out the guard. Takes him out. And then she's running, trying to catch him. He's taking out all these guards. They're all coming after her, and as they're coming after her, they can't see Adrian. Because his suit would work and then quit for a second and work. He was taking them all out. Boom, boom, boom. He's the invisible man with a damaged suit. So it continues. She eventually gets away. Adrian says, quit following me or I will kill your friend's daughter, which is the black girl and man that she was staying with. She's like, I will go there and I will kill that girl. And she, of course, doesn't listen. She tries to go after him and tries to get him. She's run away from the police station because everybody at the police station, Adrian pretty much killed them all, or knocked them all out, because nobody could see him. So he was shooting them, knocking them out, bitch slapping them like that. He did everything. Did everything that the invisible man can do. So she goes after the cop guy. She calls the cop guy, I forgot his name, says, your daughter's in danger. Get home. Just trust me. Just trust me. Just trust me, cracker, she says. Just trust me. He goes home, and he believes her. There's always a little part of him that believed her, even though, because she lived with him for a long time there, and everything was fine. And he realized the abuse she went through. And he goes there to save his daughter. The daughter's being attacked. He runs in, and the suit's malfunction. Of course, you'll see it for a second, then you won't. And almost killed the black guy. He just pummeling, Adrian. Adrian's just trying to kill the guy. Boom, boom, punching him, bitch slapping him, and everything like that. you know, like that, with the back of your hand. And I just like saying that. And eventually, guess what happens? She pops up out of nowhere because she's like, hurry and get there, I'll be there as fast as I can. And he's like, how did you get out? She said, it's not important, just get there and save your dollar anyway. Anyway, he finally gets there. And this is a good review. He finally gets there. And of course he's getting beat up. Then she finally shows up right before he can finish off the guy, I guess. She has a gun and she just starts shooting him. She finally kills him. And the black guy, he's like, wow, she was telling the truth the whole time. So he's laying there dead. And here it is, people. This is a twist. So if you want to quit watching now. If you don't want to hear the ending, quit right now. They quit. All right, now we are back, people. And she pulls off the mask, and it's the lawyer. She's like, what? So she doesn't believe that for a moment, that it's actually the lawyer. She's like, it's all part of Adrian's plan. But the cop guy's like, you know, we can get you off. We've got footage. We can get you off all these charges. We got footage. We got enough to put Adrian away. Or not Adrian, but the guy, Adrian's brother. They go to Adrian's house. They find him tied up in the basement. So they blame his lawyer, which is his brother. They're like, he did it. And Adrian's like, it wasn't me. I was innocent. I didn't do it. She's like, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. She's like, I'm going to go to his house. So the black guy who's a cop, he's wired. He's got the wires on him. She's trying to get a confession out of him. She's like, I'll take you back if you just quit lying to me and admit you're the one that did all this. Tell me you're the one. He's like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Now, I forgot to tell you one thing about this. She was going back looking for evidence, and she had herself an invisible suit there that she had earlier. So she gets that suit, finds out he's not going to admit it, and now there's a camera recording them eating dinner. He had like a knife in his hand or something to eat or whatever, or he picked it up, and it looks like that he cut himself, even though of course she was wearing the suit, and he did it like that. She called 911. Adrian's dead. There's the movie. 4.5 stars. It was an excellent movie. I really enjoyed it. That's the best way I can explain it. Check it out, people. It's The Invisible Man. I really enjoyed it. Best movie I've seen this year. And that's going to be the official review. We're still in the Corolla, people, waiting for the Civic to get repaired. Should be done in a few days, but I like this car. As I was saying, I like it. So anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Check out The Invisible Man. It's well worth it. We'll see you later. Toodles.